I never really subscribed to two schools of automotive enthusiasm, convertible fandom and the cult of Miata. But after a year of thrashing about in a 2016 Mazda MX-5, I've changed my tune on both. Over the past 13,000 miles or so, I've come to appreciate top-down motoring in one of the most approachable sports cars ever made. It's small, it's light, and it's about as straightforward as a car can get in the 21st century. Hell, it can even be fuel efficient if that's what you're into. We drove this little guy through all 4 seasons, encountering blinding snow, driving rain, freezing cold, and annoying heat. And it took it all like a champ, coming out the other side with barely more than a scratch. Okay, maybe a couple of scratches. Turbochargers are great and all, but in a car like this you want something that delivers instantaneous throttle response and has power that doesn't really overwhelm, and I think that's where the Miata shines. 155 horsepower may not seem like much, but it's more than enough for highway passing and general backroad antics. Its 6-speed manual transmission offers a crisp action and plenty of communication through the clutch, something that thankfully did not change throughout the course of the year. The optional Brembo and BBS package adds some stunning gloss black BBS wheels and Brembo front brakes with red calipers. The brakes held up great all year, even with a couple of track outings under its belt. If we were to go back out though, I'd probably end up replacing or even upgrading the brake pads. The Miata suspension is firm, there's no two ways around it. You'll figure it out the second you get on any kind of road that isn't made of glass. However, the one thing I do like about the suspension is that there's a bunch of body roll, and that may seem counterintuitive, but it helps the vehicle feel livelier at low speeds, and it better communicates those limits to the driver. The technology really isn't the Miata's strong suit, but the navigation did a great job in helping me on longer road trips, and the Bluetooth microphone was excellent when it came to top-down calling. The biggest problem I had tech-wise with this car is the USB port, which has a really low amperage, so it takes forever to charge a phone, which can kind of be a pain if you're also running Google Maps or Spotify or something like that. Is the Miata's ride perfect? Far from it, actually. The thing shakes at idle like it hasn't had a drink in 3 days. Even with the top up, you still have to crank the stereo all the way to the top to even hear it. Don't even get me started on the tire pressure sensors. We've had the winter tires equipped for the last few months and the tire pressure light has not gone off, despite repeated calibrations and trips to the dealer. But it's hard to focus on the Miata's flaws once you slap back the roof and get to driving. This tester came with Mazda's Soul Red paint job, which costs $300 and is about as fragile as a wet piece of tissue paper. Not even 1 month into ownership, and an errant highway rock left a big old battle scar right above the Mazda's headlight. Rest of the year hasn't been much more forgiving to the paint either. Battle damage isn't limited to the paint. After a year of bringing the convertible top up and down, some fraying began to occur near the Z-fold joints. Now, we only ever drop the top when dry, as the owner's manual suggests, and the fraying is somewhat minimal, but it's still there. Now, nothing is perfect, not even the new Miata, but after multiple interstate road trips and back road driving out the wazoo, it's easy to overlook the car's flaws because it's just so unbelievably fun to drive. Clearly this isn't a family car. It's meant more as a liberator, a reason to get out and escape real life and just focus on the fun stuff. With an engine that's eager to rev, a transmission that's eager to shift, and a suspension that provides enough body roll to easily communicate its limits, the Miata just wants to have fun, and it wants a driver that's looking for the same thing. And that's the best way to describe Roadshow's year with the MX-5. It was fun. Didn't matter if I was grabbing groceries, driving to the airport, or just cruising around with nothing to do. I had fun every single time I drove this car. And now I'm beginning to see why Miata is the answer to everything.